My name is Candy Juarez. I'm a former alumni of Santa Ana High School. I graduated 2012. I'm now a student at Cal State University of Long Beach. I have my bachelor's in English education with the emphasis of creative writing, and now I'm in the prerequisites to become a teacher for special needs. To be honest, I really hated English. It was one of the courses I really hated even in high school. But with time, in order to teach in a high school, I had to major in something specific, so I chose English because I hate math, even more than English. And so, now I've come to love English, and even though I don't like reading, I like audiobooks. I'm a backpacker, so I'm always in the mountains. I'm also a rock climber. I ride motorcycles, and that's pretty much what I do. Rock climbing, I've been here a lot in the States, Zion, I've gone to Washington. Backpacking, I've done a couple states here. I've been to England 3 times, Wales, Germany, Poland, India, and Pakistan, and Argentina. I really like the Asian countries like India and Pakistan. It shows me what I'm really thankful for here, and it's very different from people here. When I go to another country and they ask where I am from and I say America, and then they give me that look of, oh, you're spoiled. But the moment I tell them I consider myself Mexican American, all the views change. They're like, oh, you understand the struggles, you understand where we come from. I feel like after traveling, I realized that we're very spoiled here and we take a lot of things for granted and we're not thankful for what we have, when over there you see a lot of poverty on the streets, and even though they might not have anything, they're happy because they have their family. So last year when I was traveling with my friend Tripurari, we were in the Himalayan mountains, and I've had this dream of building a library. It was something that I had thought of first, but then when I mentioned to him, he was more than excited to do it, and so now he's the one like messaging me, calling me. He's like, okay, we're gonna do this, and his brother is actually helping out Murari a lot. He's the one staying in the village. So the village name is Bihar. It's in the eastern part of India. And he's the one managing the construction. I send Tripurari the money, Tripurari sends his brother the money, and he sends us pictures of the construction, how everything's going over there. I met Tripurari through an app called Couchsurfing. It's an app for travelers where you just sign up and you say, oh, I'm going to go to India from this day to this day, and people offer you their homes, their sofa for free. And he had offered to show me around the capital, and we just met up, and that's how we met. And for about 4 or 5 years now, we've been friends. I asked him about his English because it's really good, and I asked if his brother spoke English, and he started tearing up, saying that he's the only one in his family to have the opportunity to go to the city and learn English, and his brother had to stay back in the village. And when I saw him tear up, it hit me that he didn't have the opportunity, or the kids in his village in Bihar don't have the opportunity. So I asked him if his family was willing for us to make a library there, and his family did question why I wanted to do it and why I wanted to help, but since then they've been more than thankful. The circuit we did, which was the Spiti Valley, it took about 22 days for us to backpack it, so we went to different villages, and when we were talking about a name, we didn't know what to name the library, and we were like, what about Spiti? And it just, even though it sounds kind of like spit, like there's just a meaning to it and like where it started. Also later on in the library, once it's up and running, we have children going in. We would really like the children to kind of make their book, and I would like to laminate it and have it in the library just so they can see like their story is being told and someone else is going to read it. The library is a start. My dream was to build a school, but it's not as easy as I thought it would be. And a library small, it's the first thing that we're doing. My friend Tripurari and I were the founders, so we're learning as we're going. And you know, they always say you fail, but from failing, you learn from it. And so that's what we're doing. The land is actually my friend Tripurari's family's land. And so it helped us not have to buy land, and they were just willing to give it to us. And it's really nice because it's right in front of their house, so they're able to keep an eye on it. This library, we're planning to have the first floor would be the library, where the kids will be able to read, and they're going to have 2 windows so the kids could be looking outside of the pond. And then it's going to have a second floor for the art center so the kids can learn and paint. And then we're going to have a rooftop in order for the kids to go up there to sit, read, paint, and just enjoy the views. I think the biggest challenge is the money and donations. Like, thankfully, we've gotten a good amount of donations, but now it is at a pause just because we're lacking just of the first floor of the roof. Usually the first floor is the most expensive. And again, we didn't know what we were going into when it comes financially, but we're learning and we're seeing that it's going to be a little bit more than what we thought. But it takes time. All we need right now is the roof, the windows, the door, the second floor, but it's amazing to see how big it is when we thought it was just going to be this little thing. It makes me feel like anything's possible. You know, I'm just someone from Santa Ana. You know, I'm born and raised in Santa Ana. I consider myself a Santanera. And so after that, I feel like it just takes a person to be like, get out of your comfort zone and anything's possible. And I feel like my life, I've seen a lot of people who I'm friends with get that motivation of me traveling or doing something big. Now they're just like, okay, we can do something if you can do it, if you put your mind to it. A lot of people think people from Santa Ana don't go anywhere. And I want to show people like you can do things no matter where you're from. Like, I'm this little person and like I'm doing something big, and a lot of people are helping out, and it shows me that like a lot of people care, and you just need one person to be like, come on, let's change the world.